Hi guys, and welcome to Tobysblogs. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Gerry Anderson Supermarionation productions. Now, Gerry Anderson made several Marination puppet shows over the 60s all the way up to 80s, I don't know. And he's really famous for being a fantastic producer of puppet shows, and he called it Supermarionation, which is super marionettation, you know, kind of like that. And these are my top 5. Now these are my top 5 because these are the only ones I've seen. I haven't seen Fireball XL5, haven't seen Supercar, haven't seen Four Feather Falls, I haven't seen any of those. And this is just a list of Supermarionation productions, not live action or Hypermarionation or animation. And it's just Supermarionation. Okay, so at number 5 is Stingray. Now, when I was a kid, I used to love Stingray. I used to watch Stingray all the time during the 90s repeats. And I used to love it. And it was my favourite Gerry Anderson production. As before I saw the others. But that was my favourite Stingray. Stingray was my favourite one because it was action-packed, you know, had got under the sea and always under the sea in this little Stingray boat and swimming and action and aliens and stuff, and I really liked it. But the problem with it is I find it now a bit too creepy. It is very creepy, and that's the reason why I would choose not to watch a Stingray episode over one of the others, is because it's just a bit creepy. It's creepy because the puppets are a bit creepy. You know, the alien puppets, you know, the ones that live in the sea, they're a bit creepy. And that Agent X20 scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. You know, he was the epitome of creepy. You know, his little voice and the way he walks around, the way he looks, the way he's always nasty and creepy, and his voice, the voice and the puppet, it's like, he's so creepy. The epitome of creepy is X20. He's horrible. I like Titan and the amphibians, and you know, all the sets and everything's really nice under the water, and it was good stories. I really enjoyed watching them. I enjoy all that sort of stuff, but just the creepiness is a bit too much for me. And you know, that's what I feel like with Gerry Anderson's productions, that they can be a little bit creepy because of the puppetry. And that's why I put off watching Thunderbirds for so long, because I thought it's going to be too creepy because they're big-headed puppets. You know, Stingray, I thought that's a bit creepy, so Thunderbirds got big head puppets, so I thought that's going to be creepy too. You know, and it is kind of a little bit creepy, Thunderbirds, you know, the way they go, and the eye, they go. Why? People's eyes do not go like that all the time. Why would they do that? It looks creepy! And the big eyes, and the eyeballs go like that. I was like, oh no, creepy. Anyway, in at number 4 is a really good one. Probably won't be on people's top 5 lists, is Joe 90. And Joe 90 is a good one. I've been watching a few episodes recently. I've got the collector's edition, still Joe 90 stuff, and it's good because it is a show with the small-headed puppets, so they look more realistic. So they look more realistic, so they're better. I believe, as Gerry Anderson believed, that if the more realistic you get, the better the production looks. And this is the same in Joe 90. Joe 90 is action-packed. It's a good premise, the way that he can be whoever is the brain pattern he's got, he can be, and it's action-packed. I love the Joe 90 car that him and his father fly in. Really good animation in that respect. Good stories, you know, with kind of espionage with Russians and other places, and you go all around the world, all different stories, all different missions. You know, it's kind of exciting, and I like that element, and that no one knows it's a child. It's a really good premise, you know, that you get a child to do all this espionage and fighting and stuff, because no one will believe you that the child was there. And that's what, and I love the theme music and the spinning, or the machine, the rat machine spinning, dun, dun, diddle, diddle, and I love the title sequence like a film. It's fantastic. So I love Joe 90. In at number 3 is a fantastic show, and it's Thunderbirds. Now most people put Thunderbirds at number 1, but there's 2 in front of it that I love even more. And Thunderbirds is fantastic. It's got brilliant characters. I love the characters in Thunderbirds. All the Tracy brothers, or Lady Penelope and Parker, and and all the other characters, and the Hood. It's got fantastic characters, and I love the characters in Thunderbirds. It's got good sets, which is also really good. It's got fantastic flying machines, and always good stories. I've noticed that through the whole Thunderbirds, all the way good stories. They've got to rescue someone, and it's always action packed. Because you get you've got to rescue people, the stories are always even more exciting. So I love Thunderbirds. It's really exciting in that aspect. In at number 2 is one that will probably not ever appear on anyone's top 5 list of Gerry Anderson Supermarionation productions, and that is The Secret Service. Most people don't like The Secret Service. I absolutely adore The Secret Service. It is absolutely fantastic series, and it's such a pity it got cut so short, because I absolutely loved it. It is a story about a priest who is doing espionage and doing agent work, and he's got a machine that's left over from one of his parishioners that enables him to shrink his friend Matthew down to the size of there, so he can sneak around and know stuff and get into missions and stuff. It's a brilliant series, and you should go and watch it. It's only like 13 episodes, because the Americans didn't get it because they're just stupid. Because it had Stanley Unwin in it, and Stanley Unwin is a fantastic man. I love his voice, and I love his Unwinese, which is his own language he created, and that's why Unwinese is in the story, that when he would get into an awkward situation, he would just talk in Unwinese, and the person he was talking to would just think he's talking absolute rubbish. And the problem is the Americans didn't get this and thought, well, we don't understand this. But the idea is nobody understands it. Even the British people don't understand it. So why were you so stupid as to cut the show? Because you don't understand it, and you're not meant to understand it. And it just really frustrates me that they cancelled this show. And it's really good when you get towards the end. It's just really emotional, and the stories get really emotional, and like Matthew might have got into a situation where he's about to die, and then the professor, Father Unwin is like, no Matthew, no, and it's like really emotional, and it gets really powerful and emotional, and I just love that. I just got at the end of the series, kind of got really emotional, and you really felt for the characters, and you felt like, oh no, something bad could happen, really, that emotion was there. Gerry Anderson really got the emotion in there, and I love that, and it's a fantastic series. I absolutely adore it. So that's how I set my number 2. Now, at number 1, there can only be really one option for the best Gerry Anderson production of all time. And it's pretty obvious, because it is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. And that is Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. Of course, Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons has to be the best, because it is just absolutely awesome. You got the Spectrum organisation, you got fantastic characterizations in there. You got Captain Scarlet, you got Captain Blue, Captain White, Colonel Green, and you got the Angels, and you got all the people that come against, and the fantastic Mysterons, and Captain Black, which is awesome. It's a really dark series, and I really love that. And just every episode they're trying to kill someone, and then they've got to try and work it out. It's just a fantastic series. The puppets are amazing, they look amazing, the sets look amazing, the Mysterons are absolutely fantastic and brilliantly done. The stories are fantastic. I just love Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. It's just absolutely brilliant. And I just think it's done so well, and I think lots of other people really love it as well, because it's just a fantastic series. And I love the second to last episode, which I think should have been the last episode, because the last episode of Captain Scarlet was complete rubbish. But the second to last episode was absolutely fantastic, when the Mysterons actually attack in their spaceships. And I thought, wow, this is fantastic, this is amazing, this is the best episode ever, and then it turned out to be a dream. And then you're like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, ah, that was a fantastic episode, fantastic way to end the series, and then it was turned out to be a dream. But it was still awesome. It's still awesome to watch. But yeah, go and watch Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. You can pick up all these for a very cheap price on Amazon. They're not that expensive. Also, there's a new fantastic documentary out that I haven't watched yet that I really want to get. Is the history of filming in Supermarionation. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on Blu-ray with a special Blu-ray disc that has upscaled a production from every one of Supermarionation productions, and you watch an episode of each that's been upscaled to Blu-ray quality. You can watch an episode from 4 for the Falls, Supercar, Fireball XL5. You can watch an episode from Thunderbirds, Joe 90, probably Stingray, Secret Service, Captain Scarlet, and it's going to be amazing. So you can go and buy that and it'll be fantastic. So that's my top 5 list. You probably don't agree with me, but oh well. Comment down below what your top 5 list is and which ones you really love and prefer. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.